Hello everyone. Welcome to this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News of the Berkshires and beyond. As the summer season continues, I'll be talking about concerts and plays going on in Berkshire County and other smaller festivals, plus reviewing the film Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Lastly, I'll be doing a second entertainment story, which I'll be keeping a surprise. Normally, this is the portion where I would give my trivia question. However, since it relates to my surprise entertainment story, I don't want to give it away just yet. Now, for this episode's local headlines. On previous episodes of WWHEN, I've been reviewing some of the local theater companies and their seasons. However, I have missed one, Shakespeare and Company in Lenox. They have several shows going on this summer. The first show will be A Body of Water. This show will be running from June 21st through July 21st. Next will be As You Like It. This comedy of errors takes over Shakespeare and Company's outdoor main stage this summer. The Bard's fast-paced and farcical story of mistaken identities begins with two sets of twins separated by a storm at sea, and culminates in a raucous series of misunderstandings and mishaps. This will be going on July 13th through August 18th. Next will be the show The Islanders. Anna lives an insular life on an underpopulated island in the Great Lakes. She has few friends and likes it that way. Her quiet, controlled world is turned upside down by the arrival of a charming but secretive new neighbor, Dutch. For different reasons, Dutch and Anna have each retreated from mainstream society. Can their connection survive the revelations that must inevitably come with true intimacy? This will be from July 25th through August 25th. Finally, the show Flight of the Monarch will take place. Two siblings, Sheila and Thomas, were both born and raised in a small New England fishing village where they still live. This darkly comic play explores how siblings' lives are intertwined, what we owe to the people who know us and love us best, and how family members' needs and desires may push the boundaries of what we can expected to do for others. This show will be held from August 3rd through August 25th. All tickets can be purchased at shakespeare.org. Our next stop takes us to the Clark Art Institute for a new exhibit. For thousands of years, glassmakers have combined sand, minerals, heat, and air to create utilitarian and decorative objects. Drawn from the vast collection of the Corning Museum of Glass in Corning, New York, Fragile Beauty, Textures from the Corning Museums demonstrates how makers from across time and around the globe have taken inspiration from plants, animals, and other aspects of nature to create dazzling objects. Some 28 objects or pairs, ranging in time from antiquity to the present, dazzle the senses and show a remarkable breadth of color, technique, form, and function. Highlights from the section include glass from the legendary Venetian island of Murano, enabled glass made in early modern Europe and India, objects blown, cut, carved, assembled, and otherwise crafted with astonishingly varied techniques, Art Nouveau glass by artists including Louis Comfort Tiffany, René Lalique, and Steuben, and works by contemporary American and Asian glass artists. This exhibit will be running from July 4th through October 27th. Visit the website shown here for more information. Next up, we will be visiting Mass Mocha for a concert. Leading his pioneering father's Fela's legendary band Egypt 80, Soon Kuti brings Afrobeat, the mix of West African genres and American funk and jazz that exploded out of Nigeria in the 60s and 70s, to new heights. He growls the stage with energy, not since his dad's heyday, that will move your body and uplift your soul. According to the website, dancing shoes are required, but inhibitions are optional. Soon Kuti is the youngest son of Afrobeat pioneer Fela Kuti. He has spent most of his life preserving and extending his father's political and musical legacy as the leader of his father's former band Egypt 80. Kuti was born in 1983 and began showing interest in his father's music at age 5. Later, at age 9, Kuti began opening Fela's shows, singing a select group of songs with Egypt 80 before his dad took the stage. As a developing saxophonist and percussionist, he entered the formal ranks of the band before he was 12. After Fela passed away in 1997, Soon, in fulfillment of his father's wishes, assumed the mantle as head of Egypt 80. He has run it ever since. His debut recording, Soon Kuti and Fela's Egypt 80, was initially issued by WM Records in 2008. Since that time, Soon Kuti and Egypt 80 have toured the globe relentlessly, often playing multi-hour shows that were as heavy on group improvisation as they were on composition. This show will be going on July 12th. Visit massmocha.org for more information. Our next stop takes us to the Colonial Theater in Pittsfield for their production of Young Frankenstein. Get set for a monstrously entertaining experience as Mel Brooks's Young Frankenstein, the musical comedy born from Mel Brooks's comedic genius and brought to life by the creators of the record-breaking Broadway sensation The Producers, descends upon the Colonial Theater. This wickedly inspired reimagining of Brooks's classic comedy film thrust Dr. Frederick Frankenstein into the spotlight as he inherits his family's eerie estate in Transylvania. Alongside his peculiar sidekick Igor and the enchanting lab assistant Inga, Frederick ventures into the realm of mad science, striving to resurrect the corpse and rival his infamous grandfather's experiment. This show will be going on June 27th through July 13th. Visit the website shown here for more information. For our next story, we will be delving into some concerts at Tanglewood. All of these are part of the popular concert summer series. First up will be John Fogerty. Hall of Famer and Grammy winner John Fogerty, formerly of Creedence Clearwater Revival, helped shape a sound of a generation. Special guest stars will also include The Destroyers, Hardy Har, and double platinum guitarist George Thorogood, master of blues rock, who is marking 50 years of making music. This concert will be going on June 20th. After that will be Who guitarist Roger Daltrey. In June and July 2022, Daltrey embarked on his first UK solo tour since 2011. In crafting a completely new show, Roger decided to perform not only Who hits, but also Who rarities, solo hits, and other songs from his incredible near 60-year career, performed with a new semi-acoustic rock-based band. He also decided to share some anecdotes with the audience from his life, in and out of music, by way of a Q&A. The result was a tour that was received enthusiastically by fans and enjoyed by Roger and all who took part. Now Roger plans to take it far afield in 2024. This concert will be going on June 22nd. Finally, R&B groups Kool and the Gang and En Vogue will be performing together. Two-time Grammy winners Kool and the Gang will bring their R&B, funk, soul, and disco hits to Tanglewood audiences for the first time. Releasing 26 studio albums since forming in 1969, the group has earned 7 American Music Awards and 31 gold and platinum records. Joining them are the R&B soul trio En Vogue, who headlined last summer's July 4th Boston Pops Fireworks Spectacular with original members Cindy Herron and Terry Ellis alongside Rhonda Bennett. This concert will be going on June 23rd. To purchase tickets for all events, visit bso.org. Are you interested in the supernatural, wizardry, and fairies? The annual Fairy Festival will be held in Adams later this month. Sponsored by the Berkshire Mountains and the Adams Arts Advisory Board, this event will celebrate the summer solstice. It will be a family-oriented experience, celebrating creativity, learning, and stewardship of the earth. Costumes are encouraged, and here you can build a fairy village, decorate rings, and meet the Queen of Fairies in her court. Berkshire Mountain Fairy Festival will be a day of storytelling, music, dance, artisans, creative activities, and food. This is truly an event for the whole family. The Fairy Festival will be taking place on Saturday, June 15th. It will be held from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. at Bow Field in Adams. Our next stop is to a great place for a summer trip, Jiminy Peak. While Jiminy Peak is famous for its winter events, it also has a good summer schedule as well. One of its most popular events is the Mountain Coaster. Jiminy's Alpine Coaster was the first of its kind on the east coast of the United States. Popular in Europe, the Alpine roller coaster is thousands of feet of twisting, turning fun through the woods. You control your speed, so you may take a leisurely ride or get your thrills at speeds up to 23 miles per hour. Guests can either ride single, or adults can ride with children over 3 years old. Operating year-round, the Ski Mountain Coaster is perfect for taking a break from skiing in the winter or taking in the beautiful Berkshire Mountains of Massachusetts in the summer. Another popular ride is the Alpine Superslide. Take a scenic chairlift ride up and then get ready to shoot down the mountain through tunnels, dips, and curves. Thrill seekers will love flying down the mountain and through forests while taking in breathtaking views of the Berkshire Mountains in Massachusetts. Jiminy Peak is located at 37 Corey Road in Hancock. Visit the website shown here for more information. Next up is our entertainment portion of WWHEN. First up is a review of the latest film, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. To avoid spoilers, I will not be talking about the plot of this movie. Instead, I'm going to be going right into what I thought about the movie. I've always enjoyed the new Planet of the Apes films. They're exciting films filled with special effects, but they're also what's called a thinking person's film. They're very smart movies that don't dumb down the dialogue for the audiences. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is no different. Despite being over 2.5 hours long, it is entertaining the whole way through. There's great action sequences, good moments of humor, and surprises for the audience. About the only problem I have with the movie comes with scenes that take place in the dark. I don't know if it was the actual movie or the theater I was at, but whenever there was a night scene, I could not see the action at all. Still, if that's the biggest problem of the movie, then this movie must have been special. Overall, I give Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes a 9.5. It's now time for this episode's surprise entertainment story. Over the years, I've talked about many different shows and movies here on WWAGN. They've ranged from action films to TV series and a couple of hidden gems. However, the one thing all of these entertainment pieces have in common is that I talk about works of fiction. I'm not big into reality TV. However, I do have a soft spot for one show in particular, Top Chef. This is a very popular cooking competition show on Bravo. Each season, a group of young rising chefs compete to see who's the best of the best. I watched this show a lot when I was younger, but stopped during my college days. However, last year, for reasons unknown, Spectrum TV and Bravo decided to release every single episode, over 300 of Top Chef, on Bravo On Demand. Maybe it was because of the writers and actor strikes going on. Since there were no scripted shows going on, people needed something to watch. Since then, I've been doing a binge watch of the series. The major reason I love this show is because of how competitive it is without being mean-spirited. It's basically the Olympics of cooking shows. And many of the chefs who've won or done very well have become huge celebrities in the cooking industry. It's also fun to watch the episodes from the beginning to see how far the show has grown. It makes for a great binge watch, especially when there is nothing on TV during the summertime, or when the strikes were occurring. Since Spectrum put the episodes on demand, I've finished 10 seasons of the show. I planned on ranking them all, but that would just make for way too long of an episode. Instead, I'll just give my worst and best seasons. The worst season by far is the dumpster fire known as Season 2. This season has too much arguing, bullying, and tension, which culminated in a controversial physical altercation. On a positive note, the best season to date is Season 8. This season was an all-star season, bringing together chefs from previous seasons. The challenges were great. Most of the chefs had great personalities, and the season felt like it was truly the best of the best. All of the episodes are still on Spectrum, and you can also stream the show on Peacock and Freevee. Top Chef also provides the answer to this episode's trivia question. As a reminder, I did not discuss the trivia question at the beginning of the episode because I wanted to keep my Top Chef entertainment story a surprise. This episode's question is, which Pittsfield High School alum won Season 3 of Top Chef? The answer is Hung Hanu. Hanu won the season, which was set in Miami in 2007. Although born in Vietnam, Hung spent his childhood in Pittsfield. His mother, who owned the former Red Dragon restaurant at 1231 West Housatonic Street in Pittsfield, introduced him to cooking. While at PHS, Hanu participated in the culinary arts program. After he graduated PHS in 1997, he studied at the Culinary Institute of America, the country's premier culinary school, graduating there in 2002. Afterwards, he moved to Las Vegas, where he was an executive chef prior to competing on the show. In Season 3, Hung knocked out 14 other chefs to win the grand prize. Afterwards, he moved to Houston, where he was recently named one of Houston's 10 best chefs. That ends this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News in the Berkshires and beyond. If you would like to watch this or any other WWHEN episode again, you can visit Pittsfield TV's and CTSB TV's websites shown here, or visit NBCTC's Facebook page. Also, if you would like to see the episodes in HD quality, make sure to check out my YouTube page at RT Wehry. Thank you.